It's not your fucking job to go ahead and make sure that the woman that you are no longer with by title is
And
your
circumstance.
responsibility or obligation, regardless if you have a child or not with them.
But my responsibility falls on our child, not to you. My responsibility is no longer you. Your responsibility is you because you're grown. You need to figure it out for yourself.
Baby mamas have a sense of entitlement.
Yep.
I had your kid, so I'm entitled to X, Y, and Z. I had your kid, so I'm entitled to the utmost respect, the utmost tolerance, the utmost patience.
The human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While the typical man is a simple creature, there exists a subgroup, the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex, allegedly. However, they are dismissed and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone. Joe, Jason, and Manny are the last of the nice guys.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Last of the Nice Guys. I am your host, Joe. With me is
Jason.
Now, Manny.
And today's episode is the title just fucking left my mind.
Today's episode
it's
is
about
fuck the title.
okay. I'm probably gonna fabricate it, but the title of the episode is something like this. Are you responsible for taking care of your baby mom? Right, baby mama.
Okay, so today's episode is he means well, guys. He tries. He really does. Host my ass. All right. Today's topic, which is Joe's topic, which is technically my topic, is it a man's responsibility to make sure his children's mother is good? Good, air quotes. So this
yes, please add the air quotes.
Yes. So this topic actually is inspired by a Facebook screenshot. I'm going to read it to you guys right now, exactly what it says. I mean, I changed up the title so it sounds more, I don't know, intellectual. So it says debate time, ... Is the baby daddy obligated to make sure the baby mama is good? So the person who actually reposted this wrote, a mature baby daddy would. Mother should always be straight for the sake of the kids. And then when I looked at that, I stared hard at that and said, I'm sending this to the guys because this is some bullshit. So there you go. I do want to just address, yes, we do have the nice guys response, like I said, coming up. We have a 17, I think now it's 20 comments to reply to. So yes, that's coming up next, I think. So look forward to that, to hearing all your comments, because you guys left some great comments, some great stuff, and I'd love to revisit some of the topics we did in the past. So with that being said, guys, let's discuss. Is the baby daddy responsible for the baby mama's well-being?
No, absolutely not. I'll be the first one to say, fuck that. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be using, no, look, if we're trying to.
Joe said, fuck that bitch.
No, we're not. I'm sorry. I don't care what, I really don't care what the woman has to say in regards to this. It's not your fucking job to go ahead and make sure that the woman that you are no longer with by title is your responsibility or obligation, regardless if you have a child or not with them. I don't think it makes sense, because what are you supposed to do in regards to you being married or in a relationship? That means you're supposed to take care of two women and a child? Mm-hmm. That doesn't make no sense to me. Mm-hmm. It makes no sense. So if you are in a relationship, especially married, and you have to make sure your wife is good, and on top of that, if you're obviously your child with the other woman, and then let's just say, for example, you have another child, that's too much. One child is enough, and on top of that, your own woman. But you got to take care of another woman for the sake of who? That's not a child. That's a grown ass woman. So that, to me, that makes no sense. And this shit hits home because I've been in a situation like that before years ago, where I had allegedly had to make sure that my kid's mom was good, because I had the conversation went like this real quick. My kid's mom said that, oh, we're gonna be in each other's faces forever. I said, no, we're not. I don't know where you get. I'm not sure where you get that delusional idea that we're supposed to be in each other's faces forever. We're not supposed to be. We have a connection because of our child. When that connection ends, when he turns an adult, that's when we end. So you can have a say with him because he's an adult, but we don't have to talk anymore. And that's the reason why I don't want to put this as an example. My own mother and my father don't really talk at all nowadays, and they stopped talking at a certain point when me and my brother were of age. And I don't see any issue with that at all. I see none.
Because there is none.
I think there is none. I think that's perfectly fine. So when your child is of age to be an adult or legally an adult, you don't have to go ahead and say, oh, well, I still got to take care of him and the mother because of blah, blah, blah. No. Grown adults at that point need to be taken care of by other grown adults or do it themselves. Okay. So that's my point of view on it. Again, I feel very passionately about this shit because I have been in a situation, at least 3 conversations was brought with this. No, 4 conversations. 3 serious.
With 4 different baby mamas, guys.
4 conversations with the same baby mama. Jason's an asshole. And one of the conversations was jokingly. So no, I don't have a liking. Yeah, I don't have a liking to this topic when it comes to this. I feel very strongly about baby moms minding their business and taking care of themselves.
Minding their business. Manny.
So that's me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
Yeah, he's in the middle of
I'm in my feels right now.
He is in his feels right now.
Check this out. Oh, my bad.
We don't even talk anymore.
This is for like some romance shit. Like, ain't nobody romantic right now.
Only reason why I felt that was appropriate is because Joe's absolutely right. Once the child turns 18, you don't necessarily have to keep a relationship with an ex or a baby mama or whatever. Like you can be civil with each other, but you don't no longer have to maintain the same, dialect and relationship as it was before when the child was younger. Is it baby daddies or men's responsibility? Hell no. Because here's my counter question. Where's the line? So let's just say out of the goodness of your heart, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna help you out for a little bit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But deal is I'll take care of things for 3 months. After that, you have to have a job. You have to have your own place. You have to figure it out for yourself. At what point is she going to do that? Will she do that? So again, where's the line drawn when it comes to that? Now, I've been there before, so I completely understand both sides of the fence. But is it our responsibility? Hell no, because there always are. Everybody keeps throwing, oh, what about the kids? It's the kids. Yeah, well, if bitch is crazy, that is a doctor's problem, not mine. Like she has her own issues messed up in here. Like nobody can fix what's wrong with you up here. Okay. So if something's going on up here and you've got some inner demons and complications with your, mindset or whatever, that's not our problem. We can't fix that. That's nothing. How are we going to make sure we're good? Are we going to call up, we get you Baker acted and thrown into an assailant asylum and shit? You're like, then what happens to the kids? Like, how is that our responsibility? Mm-hmm. Good to a point. I think as far as like, hey, are you sane? Are you having, inner thoughts of like, suicide or craziness? Like, are you good emotionally and sanely?
But that's not what they're talking about.
Right. But
that money, son.
That's
We're
my
talking about
problem.
that money, paying them bills. That's what
I
they're
ain't trying to.
asking.
I ain't trying to take care of nobody's bills when, like
Okay.
Joe said, when we're in a relationship with somebody else and we're trying to, solidify that future with somebody else. We can't be maintaining two billion. That's basically a form of cheating.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
no,
you got,
it's a hell of a thing to try and be with somebody new, and knowing
and
that
then
you
you
can't
get
get
the side
your
bitch.
you can't get your girl something because you're holding down your kid's mom, and so your new piece is like, so we can't go out for McDonald's because you gave the money to Shorty so she could what get gas? Like what's going on here?
Yeah, that's not right, because they're right there. Like, whoever posted this and whoever thinks that a mature man should, what have you, to a sense, there's no implications. Like, for instance, my son's mother, right? And I say that because obviously I'm going through other things, but whatever. My
Allegedly.
son's mother, right? If she at the breakup that we had, many, many years ago, because my son's a grown-ass man now.
Allegedly.
I think he is. I think he's mine. But during the breakup at that time, if she was asked out and on her feet, whatever, like it like, hey, listen, not to sound like an asshole, but my responsibility falls on our child, not to you. My responsibility is no longer you. Your responsibility is you, because you're grown. You need to figure it out for yourself. If you need minor assistance that is well within my means,
that's a gift, not a requirement.
that's a gift. It's not a requirement.
That's
I am
allegedly.
not required to. I am not required to do anything for you.
Exactly.
If you cannot pick yourself up from falling down, that's not my responsibility. It's not mine. It's I'm sorry. That's you, your life, whatever. As far as the kids are concerned, hey, I'm stable. They can come over here. Like, if you're not stable, they can come right here. Oh, well, that's not gonna happen. Well, let's see what the court's got to say, motherfucker.
Right, and I'll dovetail right there. So let's just speak on pure legal terms. Family court. There is no baby mama support. You guys do know that, right? There's child support, because the man's legal obligation is to the child that he helped procreate. There is no baby mama support, no baby mama spousal support, no baby mama alimony, none of that. So let's get that out the way. So the answer
that also stems from women having the obligation or thinking that they can go ahead and control men, depending on how they were in their relationship. Like, they can go ahead and depict, oh, this guy was like, a beta male, so I can go ahead and ask him for anything, blah 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 blah, and then go ahead and make it seem like it's okay and normal.
Not even just that. Not even just that, but for some reason, and I've noticed this, most baby mamas have a sense of entitlement.
Yep.
I had your kid, so I'm entitled to X, Y, and Z. I had your kid, so I'm entitled to the utmost respect, the utmost tolerance, the utmost patience. And like in the worst times between me and my kid's mom, when I used to gripe about her, people would say, but Jay, she's your kid's mom. And I'd say, so what? Why does that entitle her to some kind of more understanding than anybody else? I this sounds really callous, but I said, what did she do for me that no other woman couldn't have? She popped out a kid for me.
I had the same thing said to me back in high school.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, are you gonna marry her? Why? Some other your child.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to marry each and every one of them as I go?
Yeah.
Oh, you popped out a kid. Let's get married.
Yeah. I never understood that. I'm like, why does that mean that I need to kiss your feet? Why does that mean that your shit don't stink because you helped procreate with me? If it wasn't you, it probably would have been somebody else. It could have been somebody else. It will be somebody else. So that automatic, like, it drove me nuts in the past. But let's turn it on to the other shoe. Let's put you in the other shoe, ladies. So if the baby daddy is going through a hard time, it's your responsibility to hold him down, though, right?
Right. I mean, everybody wants to fight.
Is that what
equality and equal rights?
Right. If no, let me just that though, because we're not talking about. We're talking about it's for the sake of the kids. Remember, a mature baby daddy would. Mother should always be straight for the sake of the kids. So a mature baby mama would. Fathers should always be straight for the sake of the kids. Oh, it's different. Why is it different? And I'm talking about parents that are on equal footing. I'm not talking about deadbeat dads. I'm not talking about weekend fathers. I'm talking about a father, and there are a lot more of us than I realize lately now. Okay, fathers who are there, who have the kids on a consistent basis. Same thing should be said. If the baby daddy is on hard times, and the baby mama should hold him down. But that answer is no. Clearly, no. I don't agree with that. No, no, no.
Not.
Because mother. No. But then it can't. Then how? Why does it work both ways? Why can't it work both ways? Why is it only a one-sided thing?
Well, because that's this double standard of society.
Double standard. Well, typically, the mother has the child more often than the father. I understand that. But I'm talking about the situations where there's 50-50 custody. There's the father is active in the kid's life. He's not a crappy person. Would you, baby mama, hold him down and make sure he's good for the sake of the kids? Because a father is just as important as the mother in parenting. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say that right there.
Of course. Maybe, and let's say the relationship ended, on equal terms, whatever. It was an unbiased situation. Everybody broke apart, and then the father or mother makes a bad decision, in life that actually, hinders them financially.
Right.
Is it not the other person? Like, are you not supposed to be there for you in the post? In that mindset, aren't you not supposed to be there for the other person? Yeah. I mean, you guys are good. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand.
That's the thing. So I'll bring it personal. I remember this is one of the many times my kid's mom left me stranded somewhere. So the reason why, well, what did you do, Jay? Well, this is what I did this time. So I forget where I am, but she leaves me stranded and I have to call my other friend to come get me. Why did she leave me stranded? Because we got into an argument and she said the phrase to me, well, if you did the right thing, you would have married me when I had our first kid. And I remember saying, what? I said, absolutely not. I said, I'm here for my child. I'm doing right by my child. What are you talking about? The minute that look, the baby daddy, and I hate using this term, but the baby daddy's responsibility is to his child that he procreated, not to the woman who procreated it with him. Period. Whether we're together, it's different. But no.
Right.
The right thing for me to have done and that I've been doing for all my life is I've been there and holding it down for my kids. I've been there. Now, yes, if their mom calls upon me, I'd run and get them, but it's not holding her down. If they need money for something and she tells me, hey, listen, I need money for school. Yeah, but that's not holding her down. That's doing my job as a father.
Right.
That's why they get confused with that, because they think you saying that means, oh, he's holding not only my child down, but me as well. That's
their delusion. But that's why you have to draw a line. You have to draw a line in the sand. Hey, come get the boys so I can go party. No.
Right.
Hey, come get the boys because I have nobody to watch them and there's nobody going to be home. Okay. I'm going to work or whatever. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? When you draw the line, now they can be their own little delusion. What whatever. And I'm pretty sure in my kid's mom's mind still to this day, she believes I did her wrong by not marrying her after we had our first kid. But no, I've been a fantastic man and a fantastic father to my children. And that's where my obligation, my responsibility, where my manhood, where my paternal instincts all belong is with them. And back to what Manny said, and it's very clear when things are going rocky with her, I made it very clear. Listen, and this is mean. It was mean, but it was said on purpose to hurt her. But what I said to her is, the boys don't need you. I said they got me. They have a stable household with me, so I don't have to make sure you're good. If your life is falling apart, give them to me. Give them to their father.
Yeah,
I'm willing here. I'm willing to take them. I'm good to go. I ain't gonna charge you. I ain't gonna bug you at all. Handle your business. And that's what I would say. You going through something, right? But I'm not gonna hold you down for the boys. No, you hold yourself down. Give me my children. I will do what I have to do for my children. And when you are on better footing, by all means, let's talk. But to tell me that I'm responsible to make sure that you're good is ridiculous. You're not my woman. Whether I didn't want you, you didn't want me, or we didn't want each other, that's not the way the world works. No. And like I said, I can go right back to family law. There is no such thing as baby mama spousal support. There is no such thing as baby mama support. There's no such thing as any of that. It's child support because the man's obligation legally is to the offspring.
Which kind of makes this topic of today's podcast like kind of like black and white-ish. But a lot of women will go ahead and probably make comments when we post the clips and whatever, saying that, oh, you guys should have a heart and care about. I already know what the comments are going to be.
That's not having, but how is it?
It's not about caring, man. It's about the situation, because let's just say
I agree with you.
No. And that those ones that want to comment.
Yeah.
But
it's commenters that are about to tell us, that
y'all fucked up.
Y'all kind of man that I was raised not to be like.
That's exactly what I was. Yeah, that was exactly.
Y'all need to grow up, you insecure bastards.
Insecure 40-year-old looking motherfuckers.
But it's not about not caring. The thing is, it falls on responsibility, and we're all grown adults here.
Yep.
So again, if I give you my last $5 because that's what I got, and you need it more than I do, obviously that's so. But if you're asking for my whole entire arm beyond that $5, what do you think is going to happen here? I got my new girl, or I got my wife, or whatever. And that's the one thing that I hate, and that's going on nowadays. Baby mamas think that they have equal rights with wives, and you do not. You are so far from that. You are a baby mama for a reason. You did not set par to become that wife. You did not set the regulations to be that wife. You were not fit to be that wife. Therefore, since you do not fit that criteria for the man to have made you a wife, you have become the baby mama. Therefore, you are now down here, and the wife or next girlfriend or whatever just keeps rising up to the occasion. And you need to stay in your lane. If you're looking for somebody to take care of you, find yourself another man and leave the daddy alone, because it's not his time for you anymore. You guys are
exactly.
We just 100%. Just channel his inner Kevin Samuels. Goddamn.
Yeah, let's get a woman on here so I can tell her off.
Yeah, but you know what though? It doesn't even have to be about like inner Kevin Samuels, because he's just speaking. It honestly is just logic, and he's speaking completely honest and truthful about it, because these women do have a tendency to go ahead and think that they are on par with being a wife or a girlfriend, and you're not.
Because of the sense of entitlement. I gave you a baby. I am such and such now in your life. What?
Right. It's delusional. It's delusional.
What?
It's delusional. Serious? I'll never forget the conversation I had with my kid's mom when she told me and said, and I get this actually, guys, I get this up until today. I don't know about you two, but I get the conversations or the text messages randomly whenever she has him saying, or even when she doesn't have him saying, no. Actually, let me put it on the spot right now.
Put it on the spot.
When I go ahead and bring him there on the way, it will be, can you do me a favor also, by the way? Can you drop me or take me to Pathmark to go ahead and get some groceries, and you can just wait there in the car?
Are you fucking serious?
No, Manny, I wish I made this up. I wish this was a makeup thing. It's not. I literally had a conversation. She texted me. I had my son Jacine in the car. We were on the way on a Saturday to go ahead and bring him there, because even he don't even want to be there. But that's another story for a different day. So we go ahead and we're on the way. And I want
to remind the audience, you're talking to 3 baby daddies who have custody of their kids for the most part, whether it's legally or just or situationally. We all have our kids, if not full time, more often than not. So I want to make it very clear. Don't come at us like we're some weekend fathers. Okay, we all 3 of us on this podcast have. I'm
actually so glad that you actually made that point.
Not 100% of the time, 99.9% of the time. I'll give you 98.5. Rare. So it's in other words, it is rare that we are kidless.
Right.
That's the rarity. Like it's so rare that when we are kidless, we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
with ourselves. So I'm gonna be very clear before you come at us. 3 grown-ass men, 3 grown-ass fathers who have their kids, for lack of a better word, full time. Carry on, Joe.
So, and I'm actually very glad you made that point, Jay. That needed to be brought up,
Yeah, it
because
need to be
women
said.
will,
Yeah.
women will come to this episode and be like, oh, these guys must not never have their kids.
Yeah.
They're talking shit. So yeah, I'm glad you made that point up.
Yeah, I have to throw that in there because you ain't gonna come on here and talk some bullshit. Let me stop.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking lies and delusion. So I get text messages, and the most recent one that I actually got 2 weeks ago, actually, very recent. On the way there, I get a listen. I gotta. This is gonna be funny, but I'm sorry, I gotta say it. I gotta go pick up some meat from downtown Brooklyn. I said, what? Some meat? What do you mean? Just take the cart that you have and go walk over to the supermarket. She said, no. Because she gets specific meat. I guess like halal meat that is like blessed or whatever. I don't know.
What? She's black. She's black. She doesn't need that shit.
Right. Exactly. But so
This shit's fake.
Look, I'm not making it. I wish I made this up to you guys, but it's literally true. All of it. She said to me, can you take me to downtown Brooklyn and get some meats? I said, why don't you just take your card and go to the supermarket? Because I'm not doing any of that. I have plans today. I have plans that require me to be there on a certain time. I can't go ahead and just take you because you want to go. And then after that, I didn't get nothing. So when I arrived at the front door, I get an attitude. I got an attitude because I didn't take her.
I was waiting. I was waiting for the. Oh, so you ready to go now? Like, no,
oh, me too. Me too. I thought she was gonna come out.
I said no.
I said no. Joe said, "Didn't I tell you?" I said no. Buckling.
Did not tell your ass.
I told you I had something to do. Headed down to this meat market. Listen here. I am sick and tired of when you do this. Go get your meat though. But when we come back, I'm gonna keep talking to you. That's what I thought the story was going.
So wait. So when I arrive and I say no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going all the way downtown. It's taking me out of my way, and it's gonna take a long time because, as you guys know, you both have at one point in time lived in New York, so you know the traffic and how bad it is. Regardless of how bad the traffic is,
that's an all-day affair.
Right.
She was trying to trap your ass.
It's literally an all-day affair. You're right. You're right. 100% right. So it would take me literally maybe like 40 minutes just to get from downtown from where I'm at. So I said, no, I'm not doing that. I arrived and she said, oh, why? You got plans today? I said, yes, it's none of your business. I have plans that require me to be somewhere. And you wanted my son. I'm like, you wanted our son this weekend. And whenever you want him, that's fine. Because another story for another day. It's always convenient when she wants him. Hence the reason why Jason said what he said about how we are full-time fathers. Again, another story for a different day.
I cook every goddamn day. Okay, people?
Exactly.
Every day. I come home from work.
Exactly.
I cook every goddamn day. Let me stop.
Exactly. So with that being said,
I eat every day.
So with that being said, it was funny to hear and see her attitude because I didn't want to go ahead and do something for her. And she goes and says, well, I guess I'm leaving the kids by themselves to go down to the meat store. I mean, do what you got to do because Jacine is able to do everything that he's able to do when he's home alone.
Joe, you need to make sure that she is good for the sake of the kids.
Bull.
Joe, for the kids, Joe.
Bull.
For the kids.
Well, listen. Joe actually did make sure that she was good because he knows that would have been a stressful situation had she came with him. So with all that stress that she would have to go home and put onto her kids and their son at the same time, Joe was the bigger man in this situation. He was like, you know what?
Why couldn't she take them with her? Does she drive?
Because no, of course not. Drive.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. My bad.
No. I'm not saying it in regards to you not knowing. I'm saying it because.
No, I know, but I realized that because that was my thing. I said, I think I don't know if it was the last podcast where I said the last 4 women that I was involved with, whether it made relationship status or not, 2 of them didn't drive, and all 4 of them either didn't cook or couldn't cook. or didn't know how
Right.
to cook, basically.
Yeesh.
So yeah.
Yes.
No
Surprisingly,
joke. The last 4, Manny, 2 of them didn't drive. Okay. And 4 of them, out of the 4, all 4 of them either didn't know how to cook or just did not cook.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sign you up for like a culinary class kind of deal, where it's like, you know, you don't have to attend all the time, but you're gonna meet and greet these women from there because they had to get there somehow.
You're right.
And then, you know, they
No,
have
yeah,
to
I
have
listen.
some
I don't know this.
conscious-
I don't know this until we're getting into it. And they're like, you cook? I never cook. You what? Huh? All right. So anyway, sorry, Joe. Carry on.
yeah. So I then then she proceeded to have an attitude after I said I wasn't going to do that, and basically made it a point
Obviously, you're wrong.
to throw in my face that she was going to leave the kids, while she went. And I said, well,
That's some passive aggressive shite.
Yep.
right. So I said, go ahead and do what you have to do. But again, I have plans, and I can't believe I actually had to explain to a grown woman why I have plans, and basically why I'm an adult. So I said,
my big boy pants on, bitch.
I said, you know what? Like it's not me to be like a sarcastic prick when it comes to certain things, but
That's not true.
when it comes
true at all.
What?
I don't know what the fuck you owe you. Listen, don't.
Who are you trying to impress right now, bro?
Who's listening to this podcast? Because you lie like a motherfucker right now.
Bro, we're not even live. Cut that shit out.
That is not true.
They ain't gonna hear this shit for a few days, bro. Cut that shit out.
I can't stand you both right now. But no, I had to explain to her that, I have plans, and this is not the first time that this has even happened or occurred. Multiple times where she had thought that I had to go ahead and take my time out the day, whatever I was doing, even if I was doing nothing but going home and like just relaxing, to take her wherever she has to go or wherever she needs to go. And this was a frequent thing. It wasn't just like one time, oh, let me take me to the grocery store or take me to this. It was multiple things, little things like, oh, can you go ahead and like pick me up something on the way? Can you go? And had nothing to do with him. It had everything to do with her. So this is the reason why that this was a problem to me, because I don't do things like that. And I'll admit 100%, because I have no problem admitting things. That
you're an asshole?
Yes. Besides me being an asshole, because I am, back in the day, I used to go ahead and do like little things on the way when I was younger to like bring him or whatever, because I was a simp. Now I'm not. And now I actually realize what's going on. I realize that you telling me to do things makes no sense to me, because you're just taking advantage. And I think the taking advantage part is the real issue when it comes to these women, because they love to take advantage when they know that they did that before.
It comes down to the relationship that you have with your baby mama and your baby daddy. That's basically what it is. Because if you are treating them like shit, you're giving them a hard time, you're making their life miserable, they're not gonna want to go the extra mile for you. They're not gonna want. So yeah, at first, because it's brand new, the roller coaster is just starting. Just like Joe, I was the same way. I would do little extra things. Sure, I would go out of my way a little bit. I would listen. You're talking to a guy who is still waiting back waiting back repayment from a credit card when his kid's mom used it to repair her car after the fact, of course. I mean, it is what it is. I was a little upset about it, but I didn't get mad. I said, okay, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, that was not what the car was for, but it is what it is. Amongst the other things she racked up on that card. So I get it. Now, if things were copacetic between me and her, then yeah, maybe in the last 10 whatever years, now it's fine. But maybe I'll be fine. I would do it. But the thing is, though, is that these women have these baby mamas, these children's mothers, have this sense of entitlement that no matter how they treat you, no matter how, and they love to use the kids and throw, you can't see them or throw their weight around. They love to it's my child, it's my child, it's my child. Until something's going on, then it's your child, right? So
no, when they're bad or they do something wrong, it's your child.
It's your child, but when they're fine, it's my child. So it's fine. But what I'm saying though is that it's about the relationship between two. Now, so it says here, a mature baby daddy would. No. a mature baby daddy, baby mama with a solid, respectful relationship, he would.
Right.
Absolutely. But not just because he's mature, not just because he's a baby daddy. It's not automatic. I'm sorry. It isn't, and it shouldn't be. There's no obligation to the baby mama. That has to be just like any other woman, or just like any other person. It has to be earned. If you're a decent baby mama, you ain't giving me no hard time with the kids. You know, I'm doing me. I'm doing the right thing. I'm not saying that you know, men don't, you know, whatever. The man is doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing. But if you're still giving us hard times, you're giving us trouble because of what we're doing, or you're trying to use a power play with the kids,
or feelings,
or feelings, whatever it is, then yeah, you're not gonna get that attention. You're not gonna get it, especially if I'm with somebody. There's no way, because you know for a fact that if you were that woman and you were dating a guy whose baby mama was overbearing and still requiring financial support or making sure that she's good, you would not mess with that guy, or you have something to say to him.
Oh yeah.
You have something to say to him, or have something to say to her. You're like, yo, this is what do you mean you're paying her light bill? What do you mean you're money for gas? What is she to you? Well, she's my kid's mom. Okay. Are you doing right by your child? Yeah. Well, that's what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. I mean, this post, it really got under my skin, because it's like stuff that she used to say to me. I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Who knows? You know, and we've all had this issue. It's the craziest thing.
I will say that there are certain situations, and I'm going to put myself out there, because back in the day when I was choosing to stay single, and she was my son's mother was single at the time. You know, we've helped each other back and forth. No backsliding, no nothing like that. We would help each other. You know, she would cook for me whenever I got out of work. I would go over there and help my son with his homework, and she's like, "Oh, here, I got a little bit of, you know, something extra, you know, whatever, blah blah." And then there were times where she's like, "Hey, I want to hang out with my friends. Do you mind staying at the house, or, you know, watching the kids for me?" You know, and again, I did a lot for her, but her and I were always good. Like we never had.
What was that? Say that again. What?
Her and I were always good.
That's the end of the story right there.
Right. We never caused
Yep.
Yeah. We never caused each other stress. We never had any issues together.
Exactly.
Now, when we then further moved on and you know, developed our new relationships after the fact, you know, we were like, hey, listen, there's a line to be drawn.
That's right.
Don't cross that line. And then that's it. So all the benefits and all those little perks that you got before, it's done. Like we can't do that no more, because I'm not trying to fight with him. You're not trying to fight with her, and you're also not trying to fight with him, and I'm not trying to fight with her. So let's just keep it copacetic, keep it about the kids, and just keep it that way, you know. So it all depends on the situation and the relationship that you have with the person. Obviously, like Jason just said, if you cause mad stress, don't ask for shit. You know, you cannot, as they say, bite the hand that feeds you. If you're going to continue trying to ask somebody for favors, make sure you didn't piss that person off that week. Yep. I can't count how many times that's happened to me in my life, where somebody would piss me off and then later be like, hey bro, but can I get that ride?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yo, you just told me to my face, I don't know. My mother's a piece of shit. You think I'm gonna give you a ride down the street?
Well, we just talked about this like last week. That story that I told last week. Same thing. You're gonna call me all kinds of shit, and you know, tell me that I'm not good. I'm not good for you. I'm not good at all. I like to be used. I'm a victim. But then when your time comes, you need Captain Save a Ho. Who did you call? I mean, I don't care if I was the first one or the last person. The fact that you even had the nerve to call me and try and rescue you, that's crazy.
Knowing we got bad blood, and you're over here like, I wouldn't say
bad blood, but we don't talk like that. We don't talk anymore. No. And the very last conversation we had, and this is what I find funny. The very last conversation we had was right above the, hey, can you pick me up? If I look, I logged onto that messenger and I said, oh yeah, I did say all that shit to him. Out of closed messenger and figure something else out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that's
not logical. About. That's not logical though.
Yeah, so. Definitely not.
That's what I'm talking about. That's so going back to the topic at hand. I mean, that's what it is. Is that, you know, You know, there's a reason why baby mama drama is a hashtag. There's a reason why baby mama drama is a thing, because that's what it is. Your butt hurt because of whatever reason, because it didn't work out, because you don't want a thing or whatever, and you cause unnecessary stress on the guy. But then you'll post shit like, well, you owe it to me because I popped out your kid. And then I get to say, and it's really assholeish of me, but I felt this way forever. What did you do that any other woman couldn't have done for me? No, I get it. This particular child couldn't have come from another woman. That's great. But that's different. I mean, the act of procreation and birth. Do you have a special, is your talent different than any other woman here? Is it possible that if you roll the dice, it could have been anybody? And when you think about it like that, that takes away that whole sense of entitlement. Now you have to, like anybody else, earn that behavior. You want a baby daddy to go above and beyond? Well, treat him right. Treat him right, and he'll treat you right. Okay, here it is. A mature baby daddy would, as long as a mature baby mama is treating him right. And it's something similar. I liked Manny's example. We held each other down. We did favors for each other. Perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Or even if it was just Manny doing it one way, but she still was accommodating. She was still understanding. She was giving him peace. Then of course, what is it? You attract more flies and honey than vinegar. What is it?
Yeah. You attract more flies with honey than vinegar.
I think I agree with you in some sense, but I also will say that I also prefer the leaving you to do your life and leaving me to do my life, and then that's it. That's why I like strongly. That's why I can't wait to be in the position that you're in, Jay, with your kids being as how old they are, because once they hit a certain age, I don't need to conversate with you. Yeah, he's old enough to go ahead. I really don't want to.
It is really true. I say that once they become super self-aware, it could be between 10 and 13, honestly. Once a child becomes super self-aware, it is literally, and you get them a cell phone, that's it. It limits the necessary need. So if you do end up speaking to your kid's mom, it's because she wants to talk to you, not because there's a necessity, because there really isn't. Me and my kids' mom haven't needed to actually speak, even on the phone, like really speak, for years. So I mean, and again, it's fine. But what I'm saying though is it's not a necessity. You don't need to call and check up on the boys. They're of age. They're fine. What are you talking about? So so yeah, I get what you're saying, and that's well, you should be there though, Joe. That's where you are now.
I am, because I was so against him having
Manny isn't. Yeah. Manny's got a little one still.
Right, but I was against the phone thing in the beginning.
Right.
And then ironically enough, and I will admit this as well, is that it was her idea to give him the phone. Right. And it was probably one of the best things that she ever thought about ever.
Of course.
In the history of her being on this planet. So her having to say, oh yeah, you know what, I think he deserves a phone at the age of, I think, 11. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, well, I'm not too crazy about it, but I'll allow it and see how he is.
I'll allow it.
He's had one ever since, and now my conversations with her have been less and less
because now there's a direct line of communication. It was the same thing when I put those boys on my plan 4 years ago. It drastically cut her contacting me by not even by a quarter.
By a lot.
I mean, yeah, it was by 3/4. It dropped it off by 3/4 because there's no excuse to contact me anymore, because if you need to speak to the boys, they have direct lines now. You have your own chats. So, it's true. There is a line when it's just no longer necessary, and that when they do contact you, it's to talk to you. No matter what the excuse is, it's to talk to you, and it's to for whatever reason. I'm not saying, oh my God, she still wants you. No, I'm just saying that's why they're doing it. So, but look, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm a mature baby daddy. I hate that term. Manny's a mature baby daddy. Joe is on his way to becoming a mature baby daddy, and we are all
asshole.
And we are nobody less. We're not less of a man by saying absolutely not. It is not our business to make sure that our baby mamas are good. This was a I'll give you guys there's two examples that I used to use, but one was like when I was really angry. I'll use the better one. I said, here's a good example. I am driving down the road and I see my kid's mom is on the side of the road. She's broken down. She has my kids in the car. what do? My obligation as a baby daddy is to pull over, look at her and say, "Yeah, cool. Grab my boys, put in my car, and drive off."
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
it.
That's
Okay?
exactly.
All I make
what
sure
I
is
would
that she's
do.
not bleeding, because as a pure pedestrian, you make sure you help somebody if they're physically
That's crazy. That's crazy too, because that brings up a really good example of how I used to pick him up. Actually, you know, when he's like 11, 12 years old, and wherever I would pick him up, she would, you know, obviously she would be there with him, and then have the nerve to say, "Oh, you could just drop me at home." You didn't even ask. You didn't even ask. You want me to drop you at home? You didn't even say, "Can you drop me at home?"
Yeah,
Or is it okay if you could drop me at home? You
that's
said,
what I'm saying.
"You can drop me at home." No. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Oh
some
my
really
God.
entitled bullshit right there, and it's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah.
Most
And
ridiculous thing
these
ever.
stories, by the way, I just want us to tell the audience these stories, especially mine, are not made up. This actually came out of a grown woman's mouth. I want to make this clear and cutthroat. I did not make any of these stories up.
It's for the sake of the kids, Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have
Yeah.
sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah. It's yeah. I'm just letting you know that it wasn't fabricated. I've dealt with this for years. My kid's 12 now, and I've dealt with it for literally 12 years. So this is not anything new.
There's nothing new, and unfortunately, it's typical. That's the sad part is that our stories aren't exceptional. They're typical.
Typical, yeah. And
typical.
It's just very unfortunate and sad that you can't have decent, logical mind mothers out there that have kids and have to go ahead and
but that's
do
the
George
point, though.
custody or whatever.
And they are decent and logical in their minds. In their minds, it makes sense that I popped out your kid, so you owe me everything. You so you're on call all the time, and you need to be there, make sure I'm good.
Right.
In their eyes, it's logical because they did something special and unique for you. When in reality, they really didn't. That's what I'm just trying to get across to women, is that you didn't do anything special or unique. The concept, the ability, the action of sexual relations to procreation to gestation to giving birth, this is all typical things that all women do. It's more personal. It's personalized. It's kind of like the difference between buying a cup and buying a cup that's personalized on Etsy. It's still a cup.
At the end of the day, it's still a cup. Yeah.
One is more uniquely tailored to you, but you're still drinking water out of it. So I could have had a kid by you, by her, by her, by her. They all won't be the same genetically, but the concept of having a kid is not special. It is not unique. And I'm not going to apologize for saying you did not do anything for me that no only other woman could have. That's the point. And because when you look at it like that, now you're like, damn. So if I want him to be exceptional, I have to make sure that I earn it.
Right.
You don't deserve it. You have to earn it. How? Good relationship. No stress, no drama, co-parenting, not calling the shots and just saying, this is my way or the highway, get on board. Respecting boundaries, being responsible. These are the things that makes for a good relationship. I'm pretty sure if in the beginning, if our kids' moms displayed half of what I just listed, the relationships would have been different, and we've been more willing to be that mature baby daddy. That's just a reason. That's reasonable. So then when you sit there and say, man, he doesn't do shit for me, you know, he's good with his kids, he doesn't do shit for me. Ask yourself, well, how do you treat the guy? You know?
And then ask yourself, why should he do shit for you? You guys aren't together anymore. What's the point?
But that's the thing, though. That's the answer, though. The answer is because I had your kid. That's why I don't say I don't need to know why.
But you know what?
You think why?
But we can also say the same thing. We allowed you. We are half of that child.
Yep.
We're half of that process.
Right.
You created that child, carried that child, and gave birth because of what we produce. If we didn't produce what created, you know, the embryo or whatever.
Yeah. We didn't give the catalyst.
Yeah, we are part of that process. So to say that you're
right?
Yeah,
But then
to say that
at the same time, we didn't do anything any special that any other man could have done. Just throwing that out there.
all right.
Typical.
So
Uh,
it's just funny. It's funny because I sent this screenshot and Joe's like, "We're doing that." And that was it. He's like,
no,
"We're
because
doing
it
that."
resonates. It resonates. I
Yeah.
think what she said also, her comment was ridiculous. I'm sorry. That makes no sense. You know,
No.
a mature baby daddy would be mature by just taking care of his own kid. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be taking care of your sorry ass. I mean, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, because like I said, where does the line get drawn? Because you know, you're gonna sit there and say a mature baby daddy would take care, make sure the baby mama was good. To
Right.
what end though?
Yeah.
How far are we going with this?
Are we talking
Until
about?
she gets married?
Are we talking about lunch money? Are we talking
Yeah.
about light bill? Are we talking about gas? Are we talking about rent?
Are
Like,
we
Yeah.
talking
what are
about?
we talking about? And
yeah,
then we
what?
and first let's find out what exactly does "is you good" mean
Yeah.
first, and then we talk about how long we talk. You know how long we got to do this for. You know what I'm trying to say?
Or
You
in
know,
my case, getting groceries when you know you're in the house and you have to.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you, Joe. So, have you done this for her in the past?
No. Well,
Ever? That the word is ever. While you guys were not together.
okay. When he was 3,
Yeah, when he was younger.
yeah,
Okay.
when he
We're
was
all
3
guilty.
years
We're all
old.
guilty of this in the
No.
beginning.
And this is the reason why it happened is
Right.
because he's done it at least once.
Yep.
And every time he either said yes or no, he gave a reason for it.
Yep.
If you don't want to do something that you don't have to do
Mhm.
without giving the reason, it will die a lot faster because you want that person to know whether or not you're free.
Mhm.
The answer will be no. Oh, do you have something else better to do? No. So why can't you help me? What's the point? The answer is going to be no, regardless.
But that's the
Whether
thing,
I have something to do or not.
Right.
No.
But it goes back to the whole phrase I've always said: nobody wants to look like the bad guy.
Fuck
So
that.
in a baby daddy's case, you know, I don't need you cursing and calling me a piece of shit father. No, I have things to do. I am doing stuff. I.
Yeah,
You know?
that was
And
the old
and that's what it
version
was.
of me.
Of
That was-
course, that was the old version of me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've told you guys in this podcast how many times she would contact me on her time to come get the boys. I wouldn't ask why. I wouldn't ask a question. I'd be on a date. It has happened 3 or 4 times. I think it was 4. 3 or 4 times I was on a date, first date with a woman. And I said, I'm sorry, I gotta get my kids.
Allegedly.
I gotta go. And that's it. And that was it. Date was over. I mean, I could have been the beginning, could have been the end. One time was literally, I arrived at Pembroke Lakes, what was it? Pembroke Gardens or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Got out of the car, gave her a kiss on the cheek. Blue, 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 blue. Oh, I am so sorry. I got the SOS. I gotta go get my kids. You think the chick ever spoke to me ever again? Nope.
Of course not.
I basically stood her up to her face. That's the kind of
But
guy
that again, that was the old you, and
no, right,
you
no,
did that.
no. But it wasn't necessarily for her. But again, it was because I was being the maturity and I was making sure that whatever the issue was, I got my boys, and I got them. It has happened. Now, no, that wouldn't happen. I mean, that's because they're older now. But I mean, like, if I was this guy back then, it probably wouldn't have happened. Probably wouldn't have went down the way it went down. I was doing the right thing, but I was also holding her down to make sure that X, Y, and Z. We are all guilty of this in the beginning. If you're a decent guy, not even a good guy, not even a nice guy, if you're a decent guy and you procreate, you're going to want to not be labeled as a deadbeat dad. You're going to not want to be labeled as that fuck boy who doesn't do anything. You don't want to be that guy, and you don't want her to think you're that guy. You don't want her to be telling people you're that guy. So you make yourself available. So all of us are guilty of it. I don't know about you, Manny, because you're a machismo, but all of us are guilty of that in the beginning. Then we grow back for it, or they abuse and they misuse it, or it goes from being a gift to being a requirement and begin to throw it in your face. Look, check it out. Okay. It's so bad with some women that even if you're not the baby daddy, I was dating this chick or sort of whatever. And she wanted me to, we were dating, we were seeing each other, and I would babysit her baby girl, so she can work at night, which is fine by me. So one time I did it a couple of times. One time she wanted to go out with her homegirls. I wanted to drop her daughter off to me. I'm not the father, and we're barely into a relationship. And I told her no. 2 reasons: A, she'd pick up her kid, show me no love, and leave. Back when we were dating, so I was just like, oh, that's not. Oh, I'm tired. I was okay, whatever. But she was honest. I'm good. I want to go out with my homegirls. And I said, okay, what does that mean to me?
Damn,
Well,
she labeled you a simp, son. That's what that was.
So she's gonna drop the kid off to me. And I said no. I said we may be talking and I'll do it when you go to work because you need to go to work. But I'm not gonna watch your child so you can go party. It's not I'm not getting down like that. She said, but it's your responsibility. And I said it, and I stopped. And I said, hold on now. Check it out. We're barely in a relationship. All right. I love your daughter to death, but she ain't my kid. She's not my child. You're a family for this kind of shit. Okay. I said, don't try me. My responsibility. I said, I don't see no ring on your finger. Did I adopt your daughter? I mean, I went off. And this is like old, this is old simp, old nice guy Jason. But when he get pushed to a point sometimes, he stood up for himself. Please believe me and her never spoke after that. But yeah, that's what happened. And these women, they go from it goes from being a gift to a requirement, an obligation, an expectation. Why? Especially you don't hold the title, you don't treat me right. Like
yeah,
why?
like that's here's the thing. Everybody needs to remember that relationships are 50-50. If you're expecting something from the man, you gotta damn sure need to understand that man's gonna expect something from you. Doesn't necessarily have to be sexual, but at the same time, something has to be in return. That's how relationships
That's
work.
called tit for tat.
Yes, tits, because we love tits.
No, I like legs. I'm a legs man.
I'm a leg and booty man myself.
Legs for tat. How about that?
But the thing is, and we're not, again, we've spoken about this several episodes ago. It's not about, oh, if I do something for you, you got to do the same thing for me. It's not about that. Just put in the effort. If you expect something, expect the man to say, hey, by the way, can you do such and such for me? And just how relationships work.
Yeah,
that's
by the way, can you drop them drawers?
Yeah, like, do what you got to do, bend that ass backwards, make it clap. But that's just how if you expect something, you have to be expected to be doing something back in return. If you are giving nothing, you are not going to get anything. You shouldn't get anything. Yeah, that's the reality of life.
But it's true. I've always told my boys, and I tell everybody, I said, don't ask for the universe what you're not willing to give.
Right. Jay, do you go to work and do nothing and get paid for it still?
Exactly. You can't ask for what you're not willing to give. You can't ask for patience if you have none. You can't ask for understanding if you don't give any. You can't ask for somebody to help you move if you've never helped anybody move before. You know what I'm saying? Like you it's just the way I feel, which is why I try and behave a certain way because okay, like for example, why I have no problem whatsoever watching my best friend's son monthly, several times a month, to the point where it's like he's my child and I'm like we're co-raising each other, the kid, because I know I may never have another kid again, fingers crossed, but I know that if I was in her position, I would hope I'd have a friend like that who'd be able to put themselves out there. You can't ask for certain things that you're not willing to give. You just can't. So, but let's wrap this up. I'm just gonna ask the question one more time. Is the baby daddy obligated to make sure the baby mama is good, Joe?
No, not at all. No. You can ask me this question in 10 different languages. The answer is always going to be the same. No.
But okay, let me add this caveat for the sake of the kids.
No.
Okay.
This is no. I think the woman who even said that shit should be fucking
I don't know her
reprimanded. I don't know who she is.
I don't know her. I don't know her personally. I think I probably just followed a finance chick. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know her personally. So that's why I didn't comment on it, because I don't know who she is. So I didn't want to get cussed out.
Even if she looked good, I think that would lose that for me. That'd be a no-no and would lose like 20 points down only because he said something as foolish and idiotic as that. I think that's really stupid. I think that makes no sense. I think that you obviously don't know what the word mature means, because if you think that's being a mature baby father, then I feel bad for whoever procreated with you.
It's the wrong adjective. It's not mature. It's generous. It's nice. It's that's what it is. It's not maturity. That's just being a generous baby daddy. That's just being
no one says Santa Claus is mature.
Exactly. Nobody says Santa Claus is mature. He's he's jolly, he's generous. You know,
You
there's a
can
difference.
you can go ahead and like for me and I guess for myself and like someone like Jay, you can go ahead and say, oh, we used to do this, that, and the third. But then as you grow up and you grow, you realize that doing those things makes no sense. It's pointless. And you're taking time out of my own personal life that whatever I'm doing, it doesn't even matter what I'm doing. You're taking the time out of my personal life to go ahead and say, let me push whatever I'm doing to the side to help you, knowing damn well that you have 2 arms and 2 legs. You can do whatever you want. Get what you have to get, go where you have to go, but leave me out of it. And if it doesn't concern him, which is my son, in my case, my son, then I don't need to go ahead and be involved. I just need to make sure he's good. And then let me step back into the shadows and leave you the hell alone. I don't have to go ahead and do anything for you.
Right.
I think that makes no sense to me. Actually, this topic made me a little bit more aggressive, to be honest.
Yeah, I can tell. You hitting it hard.
Yeah.
Manny, is the baby daddy obligated to make sure the baby mama is good?
The obligation and the expectation, I'm gonna say hell no.
All right, let me add this caveat.
No,
For the-
I already know. No, just stop. No. Because again, like I said earlier, if there's something wrong with the way your mind is, I can't help you with that. You know, if you need to speak to a doctor, I'm not a certified doctor. If you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, not yet. But
please send
you know,
your emails to ask Dr. Manny.
I'm getting there.
Yahoo.com.
But you know, again, if there's something wrong with you, I cannot help you with that. If there's, you know, that whole ordeal, that whole for the sake of the children, what if there's something wrong with the mother? What if there's something wrong with the father? What if there's something wrong with, you know, whatever? It's not my responsibility to try and figure that out. I'm not, you know, certified in anything to do that. Financially, no, I'm not going to do that for you because I have my own life to live. When it comes to feelings and your sanity, hey, I can do the minimum to help you get through stuff like that. But again, it is not my responsibility.
My responsibility. I'll pick up our kids, and you let me know when you're
right.
Ready.
When you come back to reality and fall back to earth, like, hey, the kids are there, they're safe. Just know that they're good. My responsibility as the baby father, as the father of your children, is for those children.
Yep.
Now, if you bring peace and it's a tit for tat kind of relationship between two single baby mama, baby daddy situations, okay, you guys can come to terms with your own situation. You do for her, she does for you, whatever have you. And that situation, if it becomes messy, it becomes messy. But you know what? That's your damn business. Nobody else's business.
Motherfucking business.
Nobody else's business.
No, but I agree. I agree.
If you are in a relationship or married to somebody else and you still have that single other person trying to be like, hey, can I get the fuck out of here? I'm sorry. You need to understand that everybody has their own lives to live and they cannot help you if you cannot help yourself. That's just the number one thing in life. No one's going to do for you what you cannot do for yourself. And if they do, they're only going to do it for so long because they're going to realize you are a damn lost cause. There's no helping you. There's no satisfying you. Ooh. There's no making you happy. Amen. And then when people start realizing that, they're going to turn around and walk away quicker than you had that baby.
Ooh. I mean, these gentlemen said it all. No, all I say is that then it should go both ways. If a mature baby daddy should for the sake of the kids, and a mature baby mama should do the same thing for the sake of the kids. It should be both. Then both parents should be good. Baby mama should make sure the baby daddy's good. Baby daddy should make sure the baby mama's good. Because this whole baby mama being good thing, this one way thing, is the same old. Men have to ask out the women. Men have to take
same old story.
Men have to take care of the women. But that's not what it is anymore. Okay, if that's the way it is, then it should be put your feet in the other shoe. If you expect this from your baby daddy, are you willing then to make sure that he is good for the sake of your kids? Why is the sake of your kids only if the mother is good? I get it. Typically, the kids are usually with the mother, but I'm referring to those dads, and there's more of them than you think, who are involved, who take care of their kids, who do right by their kids. Same thing. Because I'm telling you right now, there's some deadbeat baby mamas out there.
Yep.
So the point though is that like they exist. So, it may be a little bit rarer, but it exists.
Yeah, like
So,
mine.
But yeah, well, I try to be more discreet about it. So,
Yeah, no, like mine.
So I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just saying that this is another, I don't want to call it dumb, irresponsible statement to make that a mature baby daddy would make sure that the mother is straight. It's irresponsible to say that, because you're telling me that if I am a fantastic father, I have my kids more often than not, I do for them, I do whatever I need to do when they're with me, right? Understandable. You're telling me that I'm not a mature baby daddy because I won't make sure that their mom is held down, is good. You take away all that good qualities of me being a father, and I'm no longer a mature baby daddy because I don't give a flying flip if their mom is good. As long as they're good with me and they have me to fall back on, why is that not good enough? And I'll leave it right there. So thanks for tuning into the Last of the Nice Guys podcast. Don't forget to email us, lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com, because we would love to hear from you about this, any other topic. And don't forget, we're still waiting on the Dear Dr. Manny, questions. Send us your scenarios. He'll talk about it. He'll even do it in his Dr. Phil voice. I'm telling you, you should contact us. So anyway, that being said, I'm Jason.
Joe.
And I'm Manny.
And I thank you for your time.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.